guys, what's up again? I just had my phone die while making the last video, which I'll just probably post that one too. But I hope you're all doing good. And yeah, so a lot has been changing over the last few years in this world. Like the government, a lot of people have been really tuned into politics. I feel as though, from my observations, for the last 4 years, they were tuned into politics way more. Than before. And politics is a part of this world. It's part of what we should know about. But I don't think you should spend. I don't personally spend too much time on politics because it's kind of useless information after a while. You gotta ask yourself when you're taking in that information, how is this really helping me? Is this really helping me on my path? I mean, that's at least how I go about my life. You could ask yourself a similar thing if you want to. It doesn't seem as though it's useful to me. It's really not that useful, if you ask me. There's other information too that is part of this world, but mostly just the important thing is to focus on yourself, because you are your own teacher, essentially. Like you are your own guide and your own friend, when you can tune into yourself. And there are actual true spiritual guides, but in the end you have to find the way for yourself. You have to look within and realize that everything in your life is all a mirage. It's all energy field, and it can come in different shapes and forms, and it's all there for you to choose and to decide things, to take different actions, to think differently about various things. It's just an energy field. It's nothing overly complex, and when you start looking into one little area of it, you can get lost in it. Like, if it's an area that's really got a lot of negativity, such as politics, there's no point in looking too deeply or spending too much time looking into that. It is important, it's just like, there are important aspects of it, but I think that the way that the schools kind of run, they train us to really hyper focus in on a little detail of a bigger problem, if you will. And so politics is really just part of a bigger thing about how this world is working, like who's behind the scenes, who's got the money, who's moving the money where. And that is very important to know. I would say it's more important that you know about the bigger picture of where money is moving and that kind of thing than hearing some random president talking for like an hour, because they're not usually the best people. If I'm honest, which I'm being honest as much as I possibly can right now, with myself too, and with you all who are viewing, which, by the way, thank you for stopping by to view this, but I digress. Yeah, like, politics is like that. You have other fields like history, which it's also kind of a narrow view of a scope of like what's really going on. It's like you're honing in on like, oh, the last president, the 44th president was this guy or something. Like, that's not like the bigger picture. The bigger picture is like, all right, what's been going on here? Like, how does this realm work and operate? And then how old is it? And like, what are the different codes and things that I can insert into this realm that, can sort of change it for the better. That's stuff that they just want you focused on a specific part of it. And then you have science, and for the most part, science is just looking at like random stuff, like how do the stars align, and how does the sun and moon and earth look and operate, and what does a bacteria look like, and stuff like that, when it's still missing the bigger picture. The bigger picture of that is more like, how does consciousness operate? Like, what is the proof of consciousness? What is the proof of how come gratitude works to make me a better person? So a lot of these things are just focused on little details, and the more you can focus on the bigger picture, life becomes simpler, and the information that you gather is more broad and all-encompassing, as opposed to the just like tuning into one little part of this reality. And that can be good too for sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that, actually, but it's a matter of this world being obviously very influenced by negativity, by negative entities and powers that be, and it just takes you to become self-aware to realize that. So once you're self-aware, you can realize that, okay, well, we live in this negative world, so obviously it's an imbalance of more negativity to positivity ratio-wise in this particular world, like the third dimension. And how do I become more balanced? Because we can only control ourselves, let's face it. So we can't really make anyone else more positive. Trust me, I've tried. It doesn't work. I'm sure a lot of us have tried to do that, and we could do that all day, but it won't really change anything. But if we start to change ourselves by looking within to see what we can change to make ourselves better as people, as beings in all areas of life, in all walks of life, and affect the people around us by producing more positivity, by taking in more positivity from our environments and dishing that back out to people, that will create cycles that are good cycles. And you have to break away from a lot of these programs that are tying us down. If you want to get that far, you have to break away from the propaganda, the stories and the narratives that they push onto us, that take up most of the space in the media, like the news, which mostly talks about politics and pushes its own programming and narratives onto people, that's based around an agenda which serves this matrix system, which is a negative one. This realm is mostly negative right now. Like, I'm not here to debate that. That's just from my own observations, and you're free to tap in and see things your own way, but I'm trying to see them as realistic as possible. Like, of course I don't want it to be mostly negative in this realm, but it mostly is. So I'm not gonna see it with rose-colored glasses on and pretend like things are not happening that are taking place, in fact, right beneath our noses, right in front of our eyes. And because those things are taking place, we, like I said, have to gauge what we can do to better ourselves, to more likely improve our lives, to be more honed in on improving our mindset, our perception and perspective, so that what we are actually producing is beneficial to the world. And once we let go of all those negative things, then, you know, we'll be better people, we'll affect those around us in a better way, and we won't have to concern ourselves with being bogged down by so much negativity in the world, because, like I said, there's a lot of it in this world. So in order to at least balance ourselves out within ourselves, within our minds, we have to, you know, within our perceptions and perspectives and our ideas, if we want to be more balanced, we have to do a little more for the positive part of our mind to grow. And from my observations, that's the truth. Excuse me again. I just ate. But yeah, basically we have to work on ourselves more to be more positive. So that pretty much wraps up the video right when I get home. So
dispatch to all units, status check.
Hold on.
520.
All units, hope your status is good. Let me turn the volume down on that. Yeah, that was kind of funny. I forgot that I didn't turn that volume down on there. But yeah, basically just become more positive and be united, be one unit. And, you know, that's the thing, that mindset, if you have a mindset of connectedness, of connecting to people that are like-minded to you, that want to do this, then that will break down the negative cycles going on around us. So peace in and out. My gratitude for watching this video, and peace, safe travels on your journeys.